George Kilpatrick, Inspiration for the Nation, celebrating people we feel good about. Tom Griffith is the Vice President for Development for the Central New York Community Foundation, and they're a partner with Inspiration for the Nation, bringing you positive stories in the community. They got a story of their own they want to share with us. And so, Tom, welcome back to the program. And you guys just did a study recently about how the community can be better impacted if they consider some ways of giving that maybe they haven't considered before. So what did the study reveal?
Yeah, thanks, George. It's great to be back. Yeah, so the study we looked at what the net worth was in our region. And specifically, the reason we looked at that is because we wanted to see how much of that wealth was going to transfer between generations over the next decade. We had actually done a study similar to this back in 2011, but it had been a decade, so we wanted to get back in there and dig into the data again and make sure it's still relevant. So what the study found is that our region has over $245 billion of net worth. So that's net worth for the 5 counties of Onondaga County and then Madison.
That was my next question. Yes.
Yeah. Madison, Oswego, Cayuga, and Cortland are the 4 surrounding counties. So that's our 5-county region that we looked at. We actually did this study with a few other community foundations across upstate. And so actually 15 counties were done in total with all the other community foundations. And they found similar results to this too. So that's validating. But so what the transfer number is that about 11% or about $25 billion is going to transfer between generations over the next 10 years. So I mean, that's a big number, right? I mean, 245 is a huge number, and then 25 billion is a big number. So the campaign that we've had for a while is called 5 for CNY, which is basically putting out there the idea that what if you just left 5% of the assets that you have as part of your estate? You still give 95% to the kids, but like, what if you just did 5% to those organizations, those nonprofits and charities that you cared about during your lifetime? And so another big number is the 5% of the 25 billion is $1.3 billion. Mm-hmm. So that's a lot of money that would go to support our nonprofits.
That is a pretty big number. And again, you're just talking about a small percentage or 5%. And so this campaign, is it just starting, or when will it start, or how will it start?
Right, so it's really a reinvigoration of the 5 for CNY campaign, which we have been using for a number of years now. There's a website, 5forcny.org. So the digit 5 and then forcny.org. So you can learn more about it there. And it'll talk to you there about, the concept of endowment. So basically that 1.3 billion, if we put that into an endowment, which means we invest it and then use part of the proceeds, about 4 to 5% of it each year, to make that dollar amount just last for generations. So I mean, that the intention there when you endow something is that it lasts forever. And so this 1 10-year period, putting $1.3 billion into endowment would create about $74 million a year, for generations to come, which is a huge amount. Just for context, the total amount of grant making that the Community Foundation did was $18 million last year. So $74 million would be a game changer. So
it certainly would be a game changer. And so obviously people would need to think about their estate planning and do those kinds of things, and people do. But the key factor here is that we do have wealth in our community, but that wealth could be from many. That's an accumulation of all of the different assets that you're counting in our community. So someone listening saying, well, I don't have millions of dollars, but every dollar counts. And I think that's the really important message to reiterate as well.
Yeah, let's drill it down, right? So the average person in Central New York, the amount of wealth is around $80,000. So that's what will transfer. So for the average person, the 5% number is going to be $4,000. So, I mean, whether it's their church or, a food pantry or a community center or some sort of childcare, program, or, whatever, affordable housing, whatever it is, whatever organization or cause that they care about, that $4,000 multiplied by all the people would make a big difference. And obviously, the people who have more assets than that, also need to make a difference too. So
That is correct. And I think what you're basically telling us is that this is accessible to everybody. Like everyone can participate to make this community better. Look, we all live here. We want to see our communities flourish when we're not here, because that's going to happen at some point, right? Though we don't want to always think about that.
right.
But think about the way, I think the key here is to think about the ways in which we can make our community better and leave a legacy of wealth building that will give organizations like the Community Foundation the ability to do more good in the community.
Yeah, and I'll just add to that, I mean, I raised a family here. Many of us have done that. We've made friends here, put down roots, we've worked here, we've, done so many things here. This region's important to us. This community is important to us. And it really is easy to do this. I mean, there's actually like 3 basic ways. So like one is, you can just, go to your IRA or your retirement account, and you could put in 5% to the community foundation for the 5 for CNY fund. And that would be one way to make that gift, come to the community foundation, or choose whatever percentage is right for you, or if it's a dollar amount, but it's as simple as just changing a line on your beneficiary designation. A second way to do it would be to come meet with us at the community foundation, because maybe you don't want to give to the fund that just supports greatest needs. Maybe you want to support specific things that are important to you, and we can talk to you about what those things are, and we can help figure out what might be the right kind of fund to create that has your name on it and your intentions behind it. And then the third way is you don't need to involve the community foundation at all. You could literally just make a gift to that favorite charity. Go, same thing, just go to your your 401k login, or your IRA, or life insurance, or if you're revising your will, just go put it in one of those places and just name that charity that's important to you. And that's just another way to get this done. And it's it's simple, but it's meaningful. Like for most people, that makes that is maybe one of the biggest gifts that they might make in their lifetime. Is what they can give through their estate when they don't need the money anymore. And even if it's just 5%, that's a great thing to do and a great way to remember our community.
Yeah, no, it really is. And what I like about it is it's doable, right? I mean, you described the ways in which we can, and some of the ways, some of the expenses that we have, and some of the ways we contribute right now, and all of those have, those are, some of those are also needs within our communities, right?
Mhm.
Whether it's food pantries, like childcare services, pre-K, all of these kinds of things. The new Black Equity and Excellence Fund, those are various specific ways, if that's how you want to do it, that
Right.
people can be supportive of the fund.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, we have multiple initiatives at the Community Foundation. We have like 90 different nonprofits have their own endowment at the Community Foundation that people could give directly to. So we definitely can help make it easy and match what's important to you with what you're going to give. And for some people, it might not be about waiting till they're gone. It might be a gift that they want to make today, and that might be more meaningful to them, so they can actually know that it's done and see it go to work. So
I was going to say, so do we have to wait till we're gone? We could actually do that right now if we wanted to, right?
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. Lifetime giving is great, and definitely, it's great to be able to see your impact while you're here, and yeah, that feels really good too. And it's, you can do that at a time where it makes sense. The reason we focus on the transfer of wealth is because it is that sort of big move opportunity where,
Right.
you're not needing those dollars anymore. It's going to transition, and it might transition away from here, like, not all, I mean, a lot of people's kids live other places now. And so if that, as that moves, if some of it can be retained to keep this region vibrant and keep those nonprofits that people cared about vibrant, that's important. So.
Very good. All right. So you named the 3 ways that people can do it, but I'm sure you have a website. Let's talk about how to get a hold of you so people can get more information.
Right.
Or
So
or let the financial person get more information.
yeah, that's absolutely true too. So just if they forget who I am, forget my contact information, just have them say, to their financial advisor, I heard this thing about the community foundation. Can you look into it for me? And, just have them give us a call. We'll work with them as well to help them understand what might work best for an individual's plan. But the website to go to is 5, the digit 5, FORCNY, so 54cny.org. And you can always call me at the Community Foundation or send me an email at tgriffith@cnycf.org. My phone number is 315-883-5544. And I have multiple people on my team that can do this good work as well with you or with anyone that calls or reaches out. So we're glad to make those meetings happen and help people do something that can be really game changing for our community. So.
5forcny.org. Make it happen. 5forcny.org. Wonderful ways that we can transfer wealth and keep our community vibrant for years and years to come.
Absolutely.
Tom Griffith is at the Central New York Community Foundation, the Vice President of Development. Tom, thank you for joining us, and thank you for the great work that the Community Foundation does to help to make our community better.
Thanks, George.
Inspiration for the nation.